Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Dan Hagan. We start tonight in Rhinelander, where a shop is celebrating 3 years of giving donated books a new chapter. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson has more.
And it was just one of those books that drew me in because it was from my home state.
Growing up, one of Joanne Young Beauchamp's favorite things to do was go to the library.
I can remember walking to the library with my siblings on Saturday morning and having it being a great memory as a child.
Fast forward decades later, and that hasn't changed.
I'm a big reader and I enjoy being surrounded by the books.
But instead of just reading books, she gets to work with them too.
I stock shelves. I help clients who come in looking for specific books or specific authors. I love doing that.
Joanne is a volunteer with the retail bookshop.
If you're a frequent visitor of the Rhinelander District Library, you might notice this building next door. Its location is a bit hidden, and there are also hidden treasures inside.
Claudia Baker, president of the Friends of the Library organization, says the idea of a bookshop came up a while ago.
Basically, we had been doing book sales in the library basement for several years, and we'd do them like a couple of times a year. It was suggested by Virginia, the librarian, that maybe we could do a permanent bookshop here.
After the neighboring building opened up, it seemed perfect. The retail bookshop offers donated books for a low price.
Trying to get more and more people interested in, purchasing our books because we've got the lowest prices in town. So
Claudia says people donate a little bag of books up to several totes, and a lot of the time they end up going home with volunteers like Joanne.
It's a great place to learn about new authors, different stories you haven't read. The best part for me is just having this discussion about new books.
Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Rhinelander, I'm Morgan Johnson.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins us now. Jeff, a beautiful start to June.
Yeah, 15 hours and 30 minutes of daylight today. The sun is out there right now with temperatures hanging out in the 60s and a couple, like 2 or 3, low 70s out there currently. But get outside if you can. Much cooler, drier air across the region today. We'll do it again tomorrow, but tomorrow we'll have a few more clouds and maybe a couple thunder showers around through the afternoon. Outside currently the clouds are increasing. It's going to make for a beautiful sunset tonight. We had lots of sunshine pretty much all day long, but now there's a little disturbance over here. That's moving our direction. No rain with it, but still it's going to increase our cloud cover tonight, and it's going to hold temperatures, low temperatures basically in the 40s, low 50s. Here it is now. There's not much to it, but again, there is a little bit of instability right over here, and that could trigger a thunder shower tomorrow about midday or so. Most likely not. Most of us will stay dry throughout the day tomorrow. So our forecast then tonight, though, we're talking about increasing clouds for a few hours. There is a rogue chance for a sprinkle tonight. Most of us will stay dry. Look for low temperatures down near 49. Your full forecast is coming up. Dan?
A report reveals more than 500 indigenous children died at Indian boarding schools in the United States. Wisconsin had at least 11 of these schools, including 2 in Menominee County. There are graves in Kashina, Wisconsin, at the former site of St. Joseph's Boarding School. It operated from 1883 to 1952. In May, the U.S. Department of Interior released the first of a 2-part investigation into abuses at Indian boarding schools. That report says there were more than 400 boarding schools in the U.S. and more than 500 indigenous children died there. Governor Evers announced that he is looking for a replacement for a retiring Oneida County judge. Judge Patrick Amelia is retiring later this year, leaving a vacancy in the Oneida County Circuit Court Branch 1. Amelia has held the seat for the last 15 years. He plans to retire on August 1st. Governor Evers will appoint a new judge that will serve through the next July. The seat will then appear on the ballot next spring. Evers will be accepting applications until June 21st. A shooting in Uvalde, Texas last week has raised concerns nationwide about the preparedness and response from law enforcement to active shooters. The country has seen an increase in mass shootings over the past decades, especially when the assault rifle ban expired in 2004. The Forest County Sheriff's Office often trains on how to deal with active shooters.
So we are increasing our amount of training that we do on that and putting additional resources towards those types of situations.
They say their efforts in training deputies will go a long way if there were to be a serious situation within the county.
We're putting more of that into our firearms training. We do that 3 to 4 times per year. We're focusing more of that training, active threat training, in our firearms situations.
He is working towards protecting their community in all situations. Summer has unofficially begun, and that means the return of craft fairs in northern Wisconsin. We'll head to one in Rhinelander after weather with Jeff right here on Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Summer's here, and it's time to refresh your space, indoor or out. Get an incredible 25% off Slumberland low prices during our huge memorial sale at Slumberland. Explore our comfortable living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio, and more.
Never give up is what this is all about.
Yes! She made that look easy. Oh my goodness!
Ninja means even more to me now.
It's going to be a great season.
Born for greatness, man. Born for greatness.
Tomorrow, it's a royal celebration on Today. We're live in London for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee Week as excitement builds for this historic anniversary. Your insider ticket to the big event, tomorrow on Today.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's grand opening sale and receive massive savings along with free carpet installation. Take advantage of grand opening savings at the brand new Eagle River store and all existing locations. Come see why builders and designers only choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs. And receive huge savings at the Carpet City Flooring Center grand opening sale.
Our prices will floor you.
Experience the Wisconsin River Pro Rodeo June 10th, 11th, and 12th in Merrill. It's an award-winning rodeo that only happens once a year, so buy your tickets online today. Come watch the best cowboys and cowgirls from across the country compete in one of the oldest American pastimes. There's entertainment that the whole family can enjoy. Great food, live music, and the rodeo clown Dustin the Jester Jenkins. Buy your tickets online for the Wisconsin River Pro Rodeo today and experience the excitement of the bucking horses and bulls.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists and has helped over 1 million people. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Get an incredible 25% off Slumberland low prices during our huge memorial sale at Slumberland. Are you sleeping in pain but dread mattress shopping? Come to Slumberland, where each bed is rated for back support and softness.
If you got up really early today, you saw some cloud cover, but then the sun came out with earnest about 15 hours and 30 minutes of daylight today. That all changes on June 21st, as you know. But overall today, a beautiful day with temperatures hanging out near 70. Much cooler, drier air locked in place now pretty much to the weekend and beyond. Right now, though, it's at 68 degrees in Rhinelander, a west wind around 8 miles per hour. Check out this dew point. This air is incredibly dry out there currently. Walk across your carpeting tonight with bare feet on or just socks on, try to shock somebody. You can basically do that today. The air is very, very dry. All right, so temperatures around the horn. We're hanging out in the mid-70s in Green Bay right now. The rest of us, though, not so much. We're hanging out upper 60s, slightly below average. The average high about 73, 74. Most of us are not doing that today, and we probably won't do it tomorrow either, as there's just lots of kind of mediocre air across the Midwest and Great Lakes right now, hanging out near 70 pretty much for everybody. And there's no real heat or cold on the way. That cold is going to stay there. This heat's going to stay there. And we are going to be at a happy spot in the middle for at least next couple days around here. But check out these dew points. Again, it's very dry air, unusually dry for June 1st. So dew points near 30, which, as you know, is very dry air. Make sure you stay hydrated this evening. All right, so going forward, though, 69 is the forecast high tomorrow. But that cold front's going to come through tomorrow afternoon and drop us down just a bit, right? So Friday, 63. And then we hang out mid-upper 60s for a while. Again, the average high being mid-70s. We're not going to do that for a while, but overall, we can handle upper 60s around here. All right, so the clouds are increasing from the west. Can make for a beautiful sunset tonight. We had lots of clear skies pretty much all day long, but then here come the clouds, right? There's no rain in those. However, there could be a rogue sprinkle later on tonight. Most of us will stay dry. The problem is there's some instability kind of way over here. That could kick off a few thunder showers tomorrow. About 30% coverage on those through the afternoon. Again, most of us will stay dry, but I got to put that in there because there is some instability coming our way. Overall, it's going to be a pretty nice day across our area tomorrow. Futurecast shows the clouds working through tonight. Then tomorrow morning, we dry out once again, or at least clouds clear out of here tomorrow morning. And we'll have probably some sunshine for a few hours tomorrow as well, followed by a couple of rogue thunder showers throughout the afternoon. Our forecast then tomorrow, though, it's Thursday already. Looking at it mostly upper 60s to the north, maybe a rogue thunder shower. Further south, we're talking about a 70 or 2 in here as well, with a couple of thunder showers around through the afternoon tomorrow too. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies. A rogue sprinkle can't be ruled out. Look for low temperatures down near 50 and a calm wind after midnight. For tomorrow, it's Thursday already, so mostly cloudy for a while. A rogue thunderstorm can't be ruled out. Most likely, probably non-severe, right? With high temperatures near 70, with a west wind that could gust near 20 through the afternoon. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows tomorrow rogue storm through the afternoon. Friday, a bit cooler, 63. And then look at the weekend. I know, right? Highs back in the mid-60s with a couple of showers around through the afternoon. Dan?
With the calendar turning to June, several school districts are entering their summer breaks. For the city of Rhinelander, the start of June means the return of a weekly staple. Today, the area-wide flea market and craft fair made its return. Vendors opened up their booths in the parking lot of the Rhinelander Ice Arena. Not only did the sellers get a cut of the sales, but part of the proceeds also go towards helping out the arena. And as tourism season begins, it helps bring out-of-state money into the Northwoods.
Later in the summer, when we have a lot of tourists up here, we get people from all over the country and they stop by. We're in a great location off of 17 here, and now with the Farm and Fleet being built across the street, we expect hopefully more traffic.
Marcia Stevens says the flea markets provide a chance to have a social outlet for many vendors, many of whom are retired.
This has been a great outlet to meet people. And it's a great way to sell your stuff, make a few bucks. I'm enjoying it. I never thought in my retirement years that I'd be doing this.
They are still looking for more vendors. If you're interested, you can find out more information on RhinelanderChamber.com. A 61-year-old woman was found dead in a small Juneau County lake, the sheriff's office reported today. The Juneau County Sheriff's Office stated that they found the woman Tuesday after performing a welfare check around 5:45 p.m. in a residence in Germantown Township. The small lake is behind the residence. After their initial investigation, authorities determined the 61-year-old Twin Lakes woman was trying to put a water trampoline back after it had pulled free from its anchor. Officials are waiting to release the woman's identity until her family is notified. It's a leading cause of death for those on the autism spectrum, but drowning deaths can be prevented if children are taught skills to keep them afloat in the water. Mandy Gaither has more on a new approach to help kids with autism learn to swim.
It can happen in a matter of moments. Drowning is a leading cause of accidental death for all children, but for those with autism, the risk doesn't go away with age, says Erica Kemp, a pediatric occupational therapist.
As they get older, it actually becomes more and more a higher and higher likelihood if they don't get proper swim instruction.
That's why Kemp created a specialized one-on-one adaptive swim program to teach children on the autism spectrum the basics of swimming.
When you talk to a lot of these families, they can't seem to always find a swim instructor that will work with their child or that understands their unique needs. Therefore, they're not getting instruction.
Because every child with autism has different needs, Kim says traditional group swim lessons may not work. She says her program allows the instructor to customize skills for each child.
We use visual schedules. We have a really consistent routine and structure, but then it's also it's individualized in that they move through different stations, and each station has a different skill that they're working on.
Kim says they've gotten a grant to continue and expand the adaptive swim program. The goal is to get similar courses across the country.
Every single kid has made gains in some way, shape, or form.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
An owl found itself between a tree and a hard place, but rescuers managed to save the owl. We'll break that down after the break.
Wisconsin is one of those certain places with certain people who do a certain thing better than anyone else, anywhere. In Wisconsin, we dream in cheese. Look for our badge. It's on everything we make.
Here's why it's smart to custom order your Ford SUV, because custom orders receive priority. You'll get an extra $1,000 order bonus plus incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery. And the features you choose. Want an EPA estimated 41 combined MPG in an Escape Hybrid? A 12-inch touchscreen in an Edge? You got it. Choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% financing for 66 months plus $1,000 retail ordered cash.
When you're a parent, you're always on the lookout for things that can harm your kids. Like, I thought I knew where to find tobacco products. Right here in the same spot the kids stop for candy and snacks. Turns out, this isn't the only place that tobacco is trying to blend in. Backpacks and hoodies with built-in e-cigarettes, vapes that look like makeup and smartwatches. Tobacco companies are keeping young people hooked with products that hide a dangerous nicotine addiction in plain sight. Tobacco is changing parents. We've got to keep up.
Is it time to update your driveway? Contact S&B Asphalt to blacktop your driveway. An update not only looks nice, but it saves on maintenance and adds value to your property. Seal coating and blacktopping residential driveways, commercial properties, and private roads. S&B is equipped for the job. With a strong reputation as an honest company with competitive pricing, you don't need to turn anywhere else. Call S&B Asphalt today for a free estimate.
Northwoods Furniture and Mattress announces our Memorial Day and grand reopening sales event. We finished the expansion of our Highway 70 West store to make room for even more home furnishings ready for immediate delivery, and we're offering store-wide savings at both locations. Big discounts right now on mattresses by Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. We have a huge selection of mattresses in stock. Floor models and clearance items are further reduced. Shop early for best selection. Northwoods Furniture and Mattress in Eagle River, celebrating 15 years in business.
News Watch 12 is brought to you by Bone and Joint Walk-In Care.
A congressional committee wants to hear more about the reported hostile workplace culture at the Washington Commanders. National Football League Commissioner Roger Goodell and Commanders owner Daniel Snyder have been called to testify on June 22nd, although neither have confirmed whether they will attend. The House has been investigating allegations against Snyder since October. Former employees and cheerleaders accuse him of asking staff to compile lewd video of cheerleaders without their knowledge or consent. Snyder has denied these claims. The House committee says he and Goodell have dodged their questions for months. The NFL says it has already given the committee more than 460,000 documents. You're going to start seeing Amber Alerts on Instagram. Starting Wednesday, the social media platform will notify users of missing children in their area as reported by law enforcement. Posts will include details about the missing child, as well as photos and the location of the suspected abduction. An executive with Instagram's parent company Meta says the alerts will be rare and specific to the search area. Amber Alerts posts are also designed to be shared with friends and followers to further spread awareness. A Council Bluffs, Iowa man went all out to save a baby owl that got its leg stuck. Reporter Marlo Lundak explains how this particular owl had a guardian angel from egg to owlet.
Something you don't do every day, but...
Ed Gregory owns a tree removal company in Council Bluffs. Several weeks ago, he was getting ready to remove a tree from someone's yard when he found this, a barred owl nest.
And it's a protected species, so I told him we couldn't remove the tree. We're gonna have to wait until they hatch and fly away. So we took off the hazardous limbs, and I've been checking up on the owls about weekly.
Ed monitored them as they went from eggs to owlets, giving updates on the birds for the neighborhood, who got quickly invested. But Monday's update was worrisome.
I came by this morning and saw one hanging by its foot out of the edge of the nest.
One of the owls successfully left the nest, but the other was stuck.
It was in a knot hole of a tree, and the knot had a crack down it that was maybe a half inch wide, maybe less, maybe a quarter inch wide, something like that. And its foot was caught in there, and it was hanging upside down. And I went up in the bucket truck and just grabbed its wings, folded them in, held the owl, and then I just broke the edge of the tree off and pulled him loose.
A short time later, the owl was picked up by a rescue group.
The Raptor Conservation Alliance says this isn't their first barred owl of the season. They've already seen several young owls like this one come into their care in the last few weeks after being blown out of their nest by the wind. And Ed says this isn't the first time he's seen this either.
We just had Raptor Rescue out here 3 weeks ago for a red-tailed hawk. I relocated a dove nest last week in a tree we had to take out.
Ed knows not everyone loves when trees are removed, but sometimes it's necessary. He says he'll always do what he can to help the wildlife around him. Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark locally owned for over 70 years. Get your spring and summer sporting goods with ease from our experienced staff and get expert advice. Come down and see our great selection, open 7 days a week for your convenience.
Ron Johnson versus the Washington politicians. When Wisconsin's small businesses weren't getting the tax breaks the big companies were, Ron Johnson was the only senator that took on both parties and delivered a much-needed tax break for 95% of Wisconsin's small businesses, helping them prosper and grow right here. Ron Johnson. He's fighting big for Wisconsin's small businesses. Wisconsin Truth Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
And I walked right into U.S. Cellular and I said I want to choose any phone in here for free.
What'd he say?
He said, sure. Really nice guy. I had my pick of any phone from any brand, free, even the newest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the big screen?
Yeah.
Big storage?
Yeah.
Fits in your pocket?
Fits in my pocket. You know, it's a big phone, and that's what I wanted, and I got what I wanted.
At U.S. Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Have you ever looked up how much of an appliance is made in the U.S.? At Maher Water Corporation, we use systems that are 90% made in the U.S. In fact, over 80% of the unit is made right here in the Midwest, and 75% of the entire unit is made right here in our beautiful state of Wisconsin. Combining the local made product with a local family company means money spent here stays here. So call us today to meet our Wisconsin made family.
Quicksilver Sports and Entertainment brings live pro boxing to Ho Chunk Gaming Wittenberg. General admission tickets are just $25. Go ringside for just $45. Meet the fighters at weigh-ins on June 24th. Then, on Saturday, June 25th, 8 bouts of non-stop action. And don't miss a special appearance by 4-time world champion Virgil Quicksilver Hill. This ain't pay-per-view. It's live pro boxing, Saturday, June 25th, only at Ho Chunk Gaming Wittenberg.
Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark locally owned for over 70 years. Get your spring and summer sporting goods with ease from our experienced staff and get expert advice. Come down and see our great selection, open 7 days a week for your convenience.
Well, Jeff, not a typical June day out there. It was in the 60s, but hard to complain. It was still a beautiful day outside.
Temperatures took a step back today, right? So 80s yesterday, 60s today, much cooler, drier air locked in place. Great sleeping weather last night, though, wasn't it? Open the windows. But the allergies are high, too, so you kind of cross one off the list, right? Let's go outside now and check out Minocqua. The clouds are increasing. High clouds. These are high wispy cirrus clouds or ice crystals up there. We'll get some increasing clouds tonight. There could be a rogue sprinkle by tomorrow morning as temperatures hang out in the upper 60s, low 70s now. Again, the average high being mid-70s. Not many of us did that today. Here comes the cloud cover. There's a system to the west of us that will increase cloud cover tonight and then bring us maybe a rogue shower tomorrow. Most of us will stay dry. In fact, here's your 7-day. We're hanging out in the 60s for a while, maybe some rain showers over the weekend.
Not too shabby. Thank you, Jeff. We'll have more weather and news on Newswatch 12 at 10. We will see you then. Wheel of Fortune is up next.